right, so we're back here early this morning, got everything greased up. We pushed all that back behind here to get a trail in there to kind of see what we got left. We still got a pretty good bit. We got to push all the way up to that other tree line and then kind of go at an angle. So I was hoping to have Grant come up and help. I'm not sure if he's able to help yet or not, but I got to come in here and clean up all there's tires, like an old washing machine, stove, a sofa, and then there's a bunch of chain link fence rolled up, a bunch of concrete and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to move my trailer, that way I can get in there and rake all this stuff out. But I may come in and mulch this, just what I can get to, and rake everything out, put it in a big pile and have them come get it, and then start pushing all this. But I'd like to stay on this side and start pushing all that down, because you can start seeing the interstate in Gadsden. I think it's either interstate or whatever's coming through here, you can see. So go ahead and start getting this cleaned up. There's a concrete slab right here behind all this. I'm gonna start ripping stuff out and then throwing it over here and start mulching it up. That way it'll be a nice bed of stuff. The bumblebee's nest is just right there. So there's about 15-20 of them that sits outside in the mornings. So I'll go ahead and get this going and then get all this raked out, and then maybe hopefully Monday they can go ahead and approve more time, because after today is what I gave them. I told them 12 days of just straight mulching and a little bit of excavation. So, but they told me to just do half of that, do 6 days, and then if it goes any more, then we can get you approved for more days quickly. So, but I'm pretty sure the president of the school has already been out here, looked at it, and told me how good it was. So I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have a problem. So, but it's just what took a lot of time was the slopes and the cleaning up all that, and there's a bunch of big trees and stuff like that I had to clean up. But now we got this, but we're already on the down slope of everything else, because this is nice and smooth and not too straight up or straight down. So this will be a lot easier to clean up, because it really thins out after this right here, and it really thins out just mulching all the other stuff and making it look like that over there. So all right, let's see what we can get done. All right, so I got my boy Grant over there in the skid steer now. He's fixing to go over there. I showed him what we got going on. So he's gonna, we just got new knives on it. I just put on it. And then we're gonna take the excavator and rake up all this stuff over here. Get this whole corner. I'm gonna have to move my trailer. We're gonna try to get this whole corner cleaned up, so that way when they come up, and then to see how much we got left, and to just assess what we got, because you can already see the water right there just a little bit. So we're going to get it cleaned up, and it's really going to shine on once we get it cleaned up right through here, and you'll be able to see all the water. So we're going to go ahead and get the excavator, go ahead and start raking out. There's a bunch of fencing, all that stuff, so we're going to go ahead and get everything ready. And that way when he pushes the top side, then I'll have everything raked out where he can just come up and start clearing this, and then that way it'll look really good. So we'll try to get some footage of him. All right, got my boy Grant. You can see how much rain we got, literally right at about 11 something. We put new knives on. These ain't too bad versus the new ones. Lost just a little bit out of it. We're gonna take those home and grind those up, but where we're at, it's pretty pasty, wet. So now I got to resubmit a bid, which I told them was going to take me 12 days with each machine, but they just told me not to, just to do 6 days. So, but we got this pile up here. Once I get over there, still got to get this trimmed up. I'm gonna take the excavator and get my pole saw and trim it all the way up there so I can get this out of the way. But we had enough rain to settle the dust. Started over here, cleaned up a few piles, so I'm gonna get all that bladed up through here. We still got a little bit of garbage over here, but I'm just trying to get to, but it was a nasty mess, so I was just trying to get it before the rain came. But we still have a bunch of garbage over there. We're gonna have it professionally taken off and cleaned up. I'm starting right here. I'm gonna get this. I'm trying to get all this before I get over there. I mean, that could be another day. So when they call me back Monday, which is a few more days, but I got all this cleaned up, all the cement blocks and concrete and all that's in there. So I started blading this, pushing it up, and Grant's down there now. Once I get that, it'll all this, and then he comes in and mulch all this at the rest of the day. But trying to stay away from them bees. Their bees are like literally right there where that little stick's at. But kind of clumpy because of the rain. Got this pad cleaned up. There's 55-gallon drums, tarps, all kind of salon chairs, old style salon chairs, swivels, seats, garbage, bunch of hay twine too. These bunches of that. It's pretty much all wadded in there. Got it bladed off. I gotta get that conveyor belt. See a big old metal conveyor belt. We don't need to wrap that up. Let's go over here real quick. Got this, which we're just kind of going in and knocking it down. He's got that whole lower side down there. Started up, which we'll come back and clean it up a little bit. We'll get that ripped up. We got some chunks, but we'll be back. I'm gonna take the excavator and start ripping all this lower side right here, clean it up a little bit. So that's probably what we'll do. While he's doing that, I'll just come in and rip all the small stuff up and then blade all it up. Because when it's at an angle, it's hard to mulch it. You're just eating dirt on one side. So starting to look good, starting to open it up. Once we go in there and mulch everything up and blade it, it should be good. So that's what we got so far. Starting to look really good. I just told him just go thin out really fast, and I think once we get all this other overgrowth and all, we'll pretty much clean most of this right here in between these trees, clean it up, make it look really good. It's looking really good other than the chunks and stuff like that, which it shouldn't be no problem. Shouldn't take much to get that cleaned up and bladed out. Rip out all these little small stuff in between these big ones. So looking pretty good. So we already see up there, but once we get all this thinned out, all the underbrush and all the trees around the edge, stuff that fell in the water, it'll look 10 times better. See all that stuff right here we can rip out because it's all dead stuff. It'll look really good and open. these piles right up here. That thing is heavy. So I got most of these piles. I still got to get it here, but I stopped here. Fix to go over here, and it's past 6 o'clock. We're trying to get everything mulched up, cleaned up pretty quickly. But we kind of really just came in really quick, which I'm pretty sure they're going to okay us for more days. But now, which we still got a pretty good amount up here. If they tell me, hey, we can't afford it, or hey, we're not going to do it, when I come get my machines, I'll clean this up, mulch it up, make it look a little better. For right now, we've done what we could do. Looks pretty good. I think once we got all this cleaned up and then lower side right here, I mean, you can already see a difference. Which we still got some debris here and there. It's hard too when it's all on level. You can see how thick it was to now. Pretty slick. These hardwoods is absolutely beating us to death. All right, we're back after the 4th of July. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Thank you to all the ones serving and the ones I have served. That's why we got the freedom today. So it went pretty good. Actually went out and enjoyed myself for once. Working 7 days a week, it's a little rough at times. But I actually had 2 days off. I had Saturday and Thursday off. So, but we're back here. So when I talked to the main guy that I'm talking to, he approved, well, he was approved for the mulching, but I told him I need the excavator to rip out some of the stuff, and that way the low spots, and it's uneven, so I'm having to clean up some of the stuff on the edges of the water and stuff out of the creek bed over there. So he approved, so I got everything. Left the machine running a while ago, got it fueled up, got it blowed off, which it rained, so it made stuff a little pasty. So hopefully it'll do pretty good. So right now the Gadsden State guys are up here helping me push the stuff up in a bigger pile with this 310 John Deere backhoe. So they're going to go ahead and get their mini excavator and rake up the remainder of the stuff over here. So, but we're going to go ahead and start mulching and cleaning everything up. We've approved, I think, 5 or 6 days for the mulching, but I had to send in an invoice for the excavation. So, but it'll be beneficial to me. But I told them whatever days I don't use, I won't charge them for it, because I just don't do that. But we're going to get back to it, and it's supposed to be hot this week. I think it's showing rain next week or end of the week, so we need to hurry up. So we've had an eventful day. Went to start the machine up and then got it warmed up. Then it decided to get real hot. Come to find out it's leaking coolant somewhere, so we'll have to deal with that later. It's gradual. I can smell it, but I can't see where it's coming from. But it's also very wet down in there too, so I can't figure out where it's coming from. It's always something. But anyway, I had to go get coolant. Luckily, there's a Thompson cat over here, so the Gadsden boys have been helpful getting some of this garbage up, which is going to have to be a little bit more cleanup. So my plan is to go ahead and start pushing this corner right here, because there's a little bit of trash here and there. But I'd like to get this whole top side, that way I can get this lower side, because it kind of, then it drops gradually, then it drops into like a little creek or a runoff. Actually, it's a dry runoff. But we're going to go ahead and take the excavator. We got approved for the excavation now, so they pushed that pretty quick. Luckily they did, because I really need to get the excavator on that lower side. But see, like this, that's why that'd have been a nightmare. That right there, we're getting the bearings on, ate them up pretty quickly. So I'm gonna rake this up for a second. But anyway, there's a big massive tree right here. That thing probably goes about 40 foot into a massive stump. So they got that big excavator. I'm gonna try to rake it over on their side, that way they can help me out. But anyway, we'll go ahead and rip this big tree up right here. I pushed over and rip up a few more. My plan is to get this whole top side, because I've already hit the back side. You can't really tell much, but once I start pushing that lower hill, you can see. But I did mulch where it comes into a V right in here. So now, since we're approved with the excavator, I can start using my excavator. So I still got a little bit more trash right in here, the twine, but we're gonna go ahead and get the excavator running and try to windroll some of this right here. That way I can mulch it up pretty nice.